So I guess I'm on a road trip. Embarking on a road trip is like stepping into a realm of boundless potential, where the allure of the unknown beckons us forward. The past couple of years have been a trying journey for me, leaving me feeling trapped in a monotonous humdrum of life. A longing to break free from this mundane existence has been growing within me, and I crave for an adventure that embraces risk and challenge. While I've explored new and fascinating places through travel and photography, I realize they lack the thrill of uncertainty I crave. The allure of venturing to remote destinations with perilous roads has always captured my imagination. Among them, there's one place that has held a special place in my heart for quite some time. A realm steeped in mystique, enigmatic stories, and spiritual tales. The revered roof of the world, Tibet. I want to discover if its magic truly lives up to the grand tales. Journeying to Tibet presents its own set of challenges. Its lofty terrains boasts the world's highest average altitude, making altitude sickness a real concern. The thin air at such heights can impact our physical abilities, even jeopardizing our driving capabilities. Yet the ultimate challenge lies ahead, the formidable National Highway 318. Aptly nicknamed the Road to the Sky, this perilous highway leads from the mainland to Tibet's capital, Lhasa, showcasing breathtaking vistas but also treacherous conditions. Frequent landslides, rock avalanches, unpredictable weather, and many reckless drivers stand in our path. Despite these daunting facts, I find myself inexplicably fascinated by the beauty of the National Highway 318. The prospect of discovering the beauty of Tibet is an irresistible invitation, and I'm more than willing to embrace this land and all its challenges.
Is coming soon, but I know you're waiting for me with a glass of red wine and a few good stories to tell me, so I just have to wait. The priest just left, our oldest is at my bedside. He's got a grandkid of his own. Look at this family we've made, we've done some pretty great.
So, our journey begins in Chongqing, and our first stop is Leshan, a culinary haven in Sichuan renowned for its tasty food. From there, we venture towards our first glimpse of the legendary highway, the Tianquan rest stop. The sensation surrounding Highway 318 becomes apparent, with souvenirs bearing the slogan, "Must drive in your life." To add an extra dimension to the adventure, I have chosen to drive an EV. Driving an EV introduces its own unique challenge, range anxiety. This requires careful planning and a non-aggressive driving approach to optimize fuel efficiency, so that we don't find ourselves stranded in the middle of nowhere. Accompanied by my friends in a conventional gas-powered car just in case, we set out to conquer the mysteries of Tibet. As we ascend from the highway to Kanding, our first destination, tomorrow will mark the day we truly embark on the epic journey along Highway 318, the ultimate trial to test our driving skills. As the first light of morning embraced Kanding, we awoke to a breathtaking sight. The city streets winding through the mountains, and the sky seemingly within arm's reach, adorned with gentle clouds. Our day began with a light breakfast, our spirits high and our batteries fully charged, ready to embark on our ascent to the heights of Mount Zheduo. The 4,000 meters above sea level, this was our first taste of elevation. The road sign pointing to 318 was like a beacon, ushering in excitement and adventure. Zheduo, meaning curves in Tibetan, perfectly described the mountain's graceful form. Though traffic briefly slowed our journey, it offered us time to acclimate to the altitude. After crossing Mount Zheduo, our journey led us to the enchanting county of Xinduqiao, hailed as a paradise for photographers. Perhaps this acclaim stems from the vantage point it offers to gaze upon the Minya Konga, Sichuan's loftiest peak, although our stay there was brief and we didn't have the chance to witness its glory. Our path then took us to the looming presence of Mount Jianzi, aptly dubbed the mountain made by scissors, with its renowned hairpin turns known as the Sky Road's 18 turns. I'm from the mountain-rich city of Chongqing. I admit that the twists and turns didn't astonish me as they might for someone from flatter lands. Yet, with every mile on Route 318, my admiration grew for the engineering marvels and the unrelenting dedication that has shaped these roads. And then, there were the sprawling tunnels, stretching from the mountain's base to its thinnest. As we traversed these passages, a realm of awe-inspiring scenery emerged, casting a spell that only deepened my appreciation for the journey and the remarkable feats that had made it possible.
Counting the days till I can see you again. If you've been watching the whole time, you should know that she is just a friend. I'll get lonely in
From Kangding's embrace to the sky to the celestial roads leading to our next charging stop, our journey was nothing short of ethereal. The skyline merged seamlessly with the mountains and clouds, painting a canvas of sight and emotions that I had never witnessed before. Our pit stop in Litang, nicknamed the Castle in the Sky, was short-lived thanks to its high altitude. But a curveball came our way when we found the supercharger station without power. We asked the hotel that manages the chargers. They told us that towns like this are no stranger to power cuts. They have to rely on their own generators often. As night settled in, a glance at the map revealed a glimmer of hope. Batang, situated at much lower altitude of 2,500 meters, appeared as a potential lifeline. With the prospect of the steep downhill journey, our Tesla's regenerative braking capabilities sparked a newfound vigor. Empowered by our calculations of resolve, we pushed forward. The road to Batang was cloaked in darkness, a daring choice as we were repeatedly warned not to drive at night. On top of that, it's still a risky decision since there's an initial climb to 5,000 meters above sea level that drains the battery down to 7%. But we moved forward, piercing the abyss. 1 a.m., we finally arrived at Batang. I was surprised by how efficient the battery is, as we covered 450 kilometers today and still have some range remaining. This is not safe on any planet.
pretty well set in my ways. Don't fall for the latest craze, it's a scam. Not as sexy as I once was. Don't care
On the third day of our ride, the terrain grew more rugged, offering a tougher road to conquer. As the landscapes transformed into unfamiliar terrain, our stamina struggled to keep up. Alongside the Jingsha River, we left Sichuan behind and ventured into Makon County, an entry point to the captivating expanse of Tibet. It dawned on us how the remarkable sceneries that had awed us for the past few days were still within the realm of West Sichuan province. The true magnificence I could only imagine awaited us in Tibet. A brief stop at a police checkpoint marked our official entry into the realm of Tibet. Brimmed with potholes as we navigated towards Makon's urban areas. The road's condition worried me, given that our electric car carries a heavier weight compared to vehicles of similar size. Our long-range Model Y's weight rivaled that of a Land Cruiser Prado, which is a significantly larger SUV. This meant maintaining higher tire pressure, and I have to drive with extra caution. Nonetheless, the swift acceleration response offered a reassuring advantage. Overtaking the larger vehicles on the road demanded precision, as numerous turns created pockets of limited visibility, amplifying the need for swift yet confident maneuvers. Kudos to Tesla for installing their superchargers along Highway 318, often within upscale hotels. The amenities, clean bathrooms, and the ability to refresh ourselves were a welcome luxury during the journey. The knowledge of these locations now forms a pattern in my mind, making these chargers a preferred rest stop even if I choose to drive a non-Tesla car in the future. The facilities surpass those found in other places, offering a cleaner and more comfortable rest bed, while staff have grown accustomed to transient travelers. As our friends took a nap, I couldn't help but wish I wasn't so into photography, as it frequently devoured time for me to rest. However, the striking scenes before us, distinct from Sichuan, begged to be captured. The mountains more towering, the Jingsha River adopting an even more masculine demeanor. With our battery fully charged, we started the ascent to Tokang County, our designated halt for the night. The road condition deteriorated dramatically, with long stretches appearing as unpaved path. Our friend Sechuan led the way, as we couldn't risk getting our tires blown out, because the tires used in electric cars are rare in Tibet, and it will probably take days for a spare tire to arrive. There's a good and the bad about driving any cars in Tibet, and that's just the fact about electric cars being uncommon in Tibet still. This leg of journey felt perilous yet alluring, as we witnessed ever-shifting horizons against the backdrop of vast mountains. Dinner hour approached, but being situated further west meant the sun lingered longer before setting. Crossing a mountain pass in a comparatively flatter environment was a first for us. In this moment, we felt closer to the mountains ever than before. Good morning, everyone. It's 4:50-ish. We woke up at 4. We thought originally we were going to have a relaxing morning by waking up slightly later. But since of yesterday, we figured out the road to Basu is closed until October, with only the exception of letting us drive through this passage from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. So that's a pretty strict window for us. Yeah, so waking up at 4, this is the last time I'll be doing it for the rest of my year. And here we stand, ready to confront the ultimate challenge the Highway 31A lays before us, the legendary 72 turns of Nujeon River. These twists and turns cling to the mountainsides, descending dramatically from an altitude of 4,600 meters above the sea. This stretch of road is nothing short of extraordinary. It's a symphony of natural landscape and human engineering that grants you the unparalleled view from above. We finally arrived at the observation deck. The panorama before me was a sight to behold. Mountains on a grand scale, an awe that was only heightened by the imminent thrill of navigating this terrain in my car. Joy and I swapped driver's seats, allowing her to take the wheel while I documented the stunning drive from above with my drone. The result was breathtaking, capturing every inch of the landscape. Day 4 ushered me into a taste of what I had yearned for, an adventure that embraced uncertainty and risk. As the saying goes, after navigating countless twists and turns, life finds a way to smoother paths and level roads. A wish for all fellow travelers. And then the angry river of Nujang unveiled to us. A tumultuous journey through mountain trails that pushed us to our limits once again. Maybe it was due to fatigue, or perhaps I had grown accustomed to it, but as I drove through the canyon, an unusual sense of calm washed over me. It's strange how you can acknowledge the potential risks, knowing that a single mistake could lead to a serious accident, and yet there is a certain reassurance in that awareness. I felt a mixture of emotions, a deep fulfillment, and a realization of the privilege to be in this moment. After navigating through the shallow canyon, we began our ascent once again, making our way towards the mountains. The snowy peaks loomed closer and closer, painting a breathtaking backdrop for our journey. Our next destination, Lake Rangwu. The changing seasons paint the water in varying hues, with the freshly melted glacier water rendering it crystal clear in early spring. Lake Rangwu had been etched in my plans from the outset, reminiscent of Canada's Lake Moraine. Despite never having set foot there, and knowing I won't be able to go to Canada again, it stirred emotions within me. It's a place that occupies a special corner of my heart for its resemblance of something beyond my reach. Farewell, Lake Rangwu, a parting imbued with the certainty of a future reunion. By now, the clock marked 4 p.m. We have been awake for 12 hours. Physical fatigue tried to catch up, but the unfolding vistas refused to be overlooked. We halted at a spot where the river stream intersected the road, a deliberate design to channel water from the upper regions. It also granted drivers the accelerating opportunity to splash through. And let's be real, sometimes our inner child takes over. For the boys and their cars, a chance to make a splash was irresistible.
Don't care, call you crazy and you say so, it's rock and roll, man. Boy, boy, she's a mama girl, oh yeah. It's a joy, it's a childlike joy, like a kid with a shiny.
And that's how my fender flare was detached by water. Add another $500 to the trip's expenses. But if you're going to have car issues in 318, water damage isn't the worst kind of mishap, right? Oh, and sorry to Punky, I forgot to put this poor girl out before I did those crazy stunts. Although she does have a dedicated seatbelt. Finally, we arrived at Bomi. After 4 days on the road, a good night's sleep was a necessity.